Hi, hope you're mentally well and physically well. If this is your third or fourth time back and you want to see my videos up and down your algorithm, like and subscribe. Okay. MICCA. It's over, buddy. It's over. I'm not even you, MICCA. Yeah. And my past is not your past, yeah. But don't you feel like the walls are closing in? Like, it's not even one thing. It's not even the issue that like there's so many issues. Don't you feel like the walls are closing in MICCA? You must feel very claustrophobic at the moment because there's a bunch of black YouTubers, yeah, that have become like Sherlock Holmes at the moment, and they are undigging everything. And the thing is, MICCA, is that they didn't even have to look too far to find that what you've been seeing is not what you're presenting recently since you've joined Anton is not actually who you are. And it's not like there's this one big controver- con- con- controversy. There's about five or more. There's a contro- there's a controversy, yeah, about one you hiding your husband or not posting your husband, yeah, or letting people know that you're married at first, presenting yourself as a single. Then there's also this you to present yourself on Anton's panel like you're conservative, or you're in your new videos like you're conservative. There's nothing. What is conservative about you, MICCA? You don't dress conservative. You're not modest. Yeah, you're not conservative as a traditional wife. Like, it seems like you've tried to recently put this thing of conservative and morals and all this kind of stuff. But as the the Black Sherlock Holmes, House of Hypocrites, no captivity with with what's his name, Freezy, or I think his name is Freezy or Free. I don't know his name, but you know who I'm talking about. Audience. Anyway, the point is this, yeah. Not long ago, you was just like bloody like twerking and bloody shaking your booty and was dancing in the rain and like semi-naked and stuff like this and so forth. Well, you still are semi-naked a lot of times in your recent stuff, but you was just like a Nicki Minaj Cardi B girl rapping about you know the same kind of stuff. So when did you become conservative? You've been conservative for less than a year, and there's nothing conservative about your clothing. You don't dress conservative. You show a lot of flesh. You like show off your body. Like, what is conservative about? I don't understand. What could you? I don't understand. So there's the you hiding your husband or making it seem like you're single. There's the your past of being a hip hop hoe, yeah, and now you're trying to be conservative woman and stuff like that. And then there's the you and Anton's relationship, like him in your bedroom or your hotel room, yeah, and stuff, like him brushing his teeth in your hotel room and like I don't know. Do conservative women do they share hotel rooms with foreign men when they're married? or non, like, do conservative women share hostel rooms, or not share hostel rooms? Because Anton, I don't believe. Well, I don't know what if I, but I believe Anton had his own his own hotel room. But do conservative women allow, when they're married, allow other men in their room to be brushing their teeth and using the bathroom and stuff like that? Anyway, man. Then there's the bracelet. There's the bracelet. Who bought you the bracelet when Anon said, "What is it? Nice bracelet you got there," and then you hid it straight away. And some people did their research and they said that bracelet cost $3,000 and stuff like that. There's that interview. I think the worst interview you did was the interview with Talk Perspective, because the host is excellent, and he's not a simp or a cuck, so he like straightly asks you the questions. I think before that, I think that was the worst interview you did, because before that, not that the presenter was bad, he was 10 out of 10 at his job. The problem was is that before that it was a mystery around you, MICCA. People didn't really know what you was or whatever stuff, and because he pinpointed so many different things. One of the main questions is about how come your father's not over it? How come your husband is not over your Instagram, but Anton is? Then there was also there's another Sherlock Holmes black YouTuber showed that the picture was edited, because in the picture of you two leaning on each other, you and Anton, you tried to say that I'm not leaning into him. Yes, you was. You was leaning on Anton's chest. Yeah, you was in the picture. You were leaning on Anton's chest, but the photo was edited because in the original photo, his hands are around your waist. Conservative women don't do that. Conservative women don't really hug. Conservative women, because when we think of conservative, you also think of religious. It's like you're trying to create this kind of conservatism where you're conservative but you're not religious. What kind of conservative women don't generally hug other men? But unless you just take the word conservative and it can mean anything. Conservative means you're restricted. Conservative means that you're that you're modest. Conservative means that you're not liberal. See, the opposite to conservative is liberal. A liberal is half naked. Liberal is not modest. Liberal is anything goes. Conservatives is I have principles, I have morals, I have standards, and I don't follow the crowd. So conservative wouldn't be, letting another man in your room brushing his teeth, yeah, going in and out of your bathroom. Conservative would be not wearing skimpy outfits. Conservative would be not doing Nicki Minaj booty shaking videos and stuff like that, showing cleavage and all this stuff. Even when you done an interview with Talk Perspective guy, you come in with clothing, yeah, and still talking about conservative and or whatever, with one shoulder, with your clothing with one strap hanging off your shoulder, or like hanging on your arm, not over your shoulder. Conservative women don't show bare flesh, especially like when they're married or when they're not married. And what is this marriage? This marriage is crazy, because your husband doesn't have you on his social media, and you don't have him on your social media. Why would you? I don't understand. But I understand for him because he's supposed to be a cop or something, so I can understand being a policeman why you don't want. I can understand why he doesn't want you on his social media, because if he met you and you was doing all this booty twerking videos and all these sexual videos, I can understand why he doesn't want people to know, and I could understand why he would be ashamed of you and not want you on his social media. I can understand that. But I can't understand you not wanting him on his. Well, yeah, well, maybe he doesn't want. I can understand him not wanting to be on yours. But because you could be ashamed to him, but I could understand also. I could understand you not being on his, but the problem is this: if you don't want your husband on his, if your husband, you don't want your husband on your social media because it might mess up his professional job. Why didn't you think that having such intimate pictures of you and Anton on your social media could mess up your job? Well, it can't mess up your job, but why didn't you think that? Well, maybe you just assumed that nobody would find out who your husband is. Yeah, so you having Anton, but wouldn't he? Okay, you most probably thought you were so smart that even having Anton having you on his social media, no one would know you're married. But what I don't get is why would your husband be fine with that? Why would your husband be fine with that? He's not on your social media. I can understand he doesn't want to be on it because he's a policeman and he doesn't want to mess up his career. I can understand. But why would he be fine with you on his with another man on your social media? I don't know. Are you like this? Don't make sense. Unless you're like a side chick. But why would he marry? You're married. You said you're married. No, the talk perspective host said that I know your husband. I know him very well. I don't want to speculate that the husband is a weak husband or stuff like that and so forth. But this whole thing, and I'm not going to say that, but it just don't add up. It doesn't add up that this man is a policeman. You know, you lot are married and he's not on your thing. I can understand, I can understand on both sides. Okay, you don't want him on your social, he doesn't want you on his social media because he's ashamed of what you did in the past. Yeah. Two, you don't want, let's just say, let's give you the benefit of the doubt. You don't want him on your, what is it? You don't want him on your social media because you don't want to mess up his career. Maybe. Let's give you the benefit of the doubt. But then why would you have Anton on your social media in an intimate, and very friendly way? That don't make sense. If the reason why you got your husband on is for his career, and because you respect him, then how can you disrespect him by having Anton in those poses? I don't know, Mika, but the chain, the marriage, your relationship, the relationship you had with Anton, your past seems like too many bullets to stop to drop, like to dodge. I don't know, man. But you must feel very claustrophobic. You must feel, you gave someone a copyright the other day because they showed one of your own songs or and so forth, and you must have been ashamed of either the video of how you would dance and stuff or the lyrics because you gave him a copyright strike. It must feel very claustrophobic. Anyway, guys, if you made it this far, subscribe and like. I don't know why, if this is your fifth or fourth time back why you're not subscribing, because it just makes it harder for you to get back to my channel. If you like my videos and you see them up on the algorithm, we get back to them. if you're not subscribed and you don't like my videos, then you ain't gonna see my videos in your algorithm. And to find my channel, you're gonna have to go into the search bar, type reacts, you know what I'm saying, and so forth, and look for me. But it's your choice. Anyway, peace.